Welcome back to the Sandyton Build Series, episode number 22. Today we are going to start on our mini-series for the shop. We will begin with the sawmill and then we'll move on down the line. And if you're looking at the little preview here, most of our shops are going to look something similar to this, or at least this is going to be our template from which we're going to build from. But let's go ahead and jump into how we built the sawmill here, and then we'll talk about its requirements, give you a hint, it doesn't really have any. And then we'll wrap it up. We'll move on to the next one. And I am back. I hope you all enjoyed the build video. I went ahead and jumped over here to do the showcase. You can see things are looking a little strange, and that's why we're here, because I want to talk about that. So we have our level 5 sawmill. It should be mostly the same as whatever I built a minute ago. And you can see that we've got a fake door made out of domum ornamentum panels. Originally I made this to be a sliding door, so let's run on over here to my template. You can see here it has a rail for the door to slide back and forth on, and if we go around to the back side, there is of course that detail that I made with a stone block within an invisible item frame to make it look like it's got a handle, and a simple pedestrian door as well as a big sliding door for materials coming and going. And that was pretty much it. This is what almost all of the shop buildings are going to follow, is this simple facade, though you can see that here I've changed it. I've pushed this in so that I could add some column details. This one here is kind of more similar to the sawmill than not, but we've added an awning and I've increased the building height so that these don't all look identical. You know, they'll be similar as they're designed to be placed right next to each other. That way you have simply stores lined up, and it would be more akin to what you might see in a Middle Eastern old village, where basically everything's just built right next to each other and it's a maze of streets and everything else. But here what we have is actually a facade for the side of the building, because we don't particularly want can't talk and do at the same time here. We don't particularly want this plain side of the building to be visible, so once it's done, this entire side of the building will get pushed up against there. It'll just be a decoration you can place on the side of it and have your builder build. And of course we need all of these placeholder blocks just to make sure that things are safe all around it, and that's why we have all of these placeholder blocks here, which I didn't do in the build video, because if you were building this in survival or you were building this type of design somewhere else, you wouldn't need to worry about it. But this will be on a street, and we don't want to tear up one line of the street, since our panels actually stick out by one block, and our banners and our buttons all stick out by one block off the front of the 11 by 11 build. But moving on, let me get rid of this real quick. There we go. So we come inside, we've got our plants, we've got some stair samples, we've got a chest sample. Up here we've got some other samples of what the sawmill can build, which I think is bookshelves and lecterns, and the crafting table. Just some storage drawers there that really don't do anything because they're hollow underneath. We've got plenty of racks for storage of materials for the sawmill. I honestly have no idea if he needs that much storage or not. There's a nice little work table. We've got some shears and an axe for decoration. On the other side, we've got our wood samples up here, and just some more production samples, things that you can buy from the sawmill if you're coming in. Put a little book down, like he's got a catalog that you can order from, since obviously the shop isn't big enough for all of the work that he can do. And that's about it. Level 4, we just make simple changes. Jumping right into how we break this down. At level 4, we just make some simple changes to the roof there. A little bit of change, you know, minor things to the interior. And that's pretty much it. Level 3, we introduce some block changes, but just up in the higher levels. We've just replaced some sandstone using the scan tool there. You can see just more changes to the interior. Nothing too radical, nothing all that great. took away the more complicated building samples here as we went, so the bookshelf and the lectern, left the crafting table since there's nothing too complicated about that. By level 2, we're down here. Now you notice that we still kept the lanterns, and we're not changing too many of the blocks, just like the Combat Academy and whatnot. And I could have done the same thing with the library, but I didn't. I brought it all the way down to level 1. We don't actually have to bring the Sawmill down to level 1 because it requires an unlock. I believe the Lumberjack has to be level 3 before you can unlock the Sawmill. By level 1, you can see we did more block replacement. Interior's a little bit more plain. We just have a Domum Ornamentum barrel. We lost all of that decoration. We've got our 2 samples there, and we're down to only 2 racks for storage. And I replaced the smooth sandstone floor with regular sandstone, or rather it might say it goes the other way. We have sandstone, and then at level 3 we upgrade to smooth sandstone. No, still sandstone. Level 4 we upgrade to smooth sandstone. There we go. Alright. And that wraps it up for our Sawmill and the first of the shop mini-series for Sandyton. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. I'm more than happy to answer them, or even maybe direct you to other resources that can answer your question. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you, and bye-bye.